Hey guys, welcome. So today we're talking about the ancient secrets of chi. You guys interested to learn? So who here is because they want to learn about health? Raise your hand. Say yes. Who's here to learn about wellness, mental health? Who wants to improve their mental health? Raise your hand. Who wants to improve their physical health? Who wants to become stronger? Who wants to become more resilient? Raise your hand. Who wants to become more successful? Who wants to have more abundance in their life? Who wants to be able to manifest the things they want in their life? Raise your hand. Who wants to expand their consciousness? Who wants to raise their awareness? Who wants to be more connected to themselves? Be more connected to a higher power? Who wants to be more connected and even to the point of developing psychic ability or supernatural ability? Who's interested in that? Raise your hand. Okay, so if you said yes to any one of these things, then you're at the right place, because qi, qi, is actually pronounced qi in Chinese, and qi will help you to get all of those things I just mentioned. How do I know? Because I have been practicing qigong, or basically the study or the work of qi, and I've been using it in martial arts. I've been using it to basically heal myself from a chronic incurable disease. I've used it to improve my relationships. I've used it to improve my mental health. I've improved my physical health with it as well. I become stronger physically. I become stronger mentally. I've become more intelligent, more intuitive, more creative, with more energy. And I've been able to change a lot of people's lives through this qi energy. And also, I've been able to develop my spiritual life as well. I've been able to open my third eye. Who here wants to open their third eye? Raise your hand. Say yes. All right. So I've been able to do those things, and I've been able to even enhance my psychic abilities. So you may or may not believe that we have psychic ability, but we all believe that we have intuition. We've all had experiences in our lives where we can't really explain scientifically or even logically why it happened. Who's had that experience before? Yeah. Okay, so think about it. In your life, have you ever had a experience or some kind of spiritual experience, or you don't even have to call it spiritual, some kind of inexplicable experience that you can't explain with science and you can't explain with logic? Who's had that happen to them before? Okay, I think all of us has. One of my friends told me once they were sleeping and they woke up in the middle of their sleep, but they couldn't move their body. And while he was consciously awake and completely paralyzed, he felt that there was some presence in the room. Who's had that experience before? It's actually called, there's a name for it, it's called sleep paralysis. Who's heard of that before? Who's ever woke up in the middle of the night but they can't move their body? Who's had that experience? Raise your hand. Okay, so how do you explain anything like that? There's no science that explains anything like that. How about something simple? Let's say that you were just thinking about somebody, and then that person calls you or texts you right that moment when you're thinking about them. Who's had that experience before? Raise your hand. Yes? Who's ever had an experience, they were thinking about a tune that they've in their head. This is music that's playing in their head. And then let's say your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or your husband and wife, or your brother or sister all of a sudden starts singing that song. Who's had that happen to them before? So Mary says, usually my experience is due to negative energies and people want to believe that it's just sleep paralysis, but I believe it's very real. Yeah. So there's a lot of unexplained things that happen to many people in society. Many like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have reported these experiences, such as a near-death experience. There's been thousands of documented testimony of people who have near-death experience, and they all pretty much experience the same thing. Why is that we all experience pretty much the same thing when we have a near-death experience? Is there any science that can explain that? Well, for now, science hasn't really caught up with what the mind can really do. They're starting to understand that the mind is beyond our physical limitations. So, back into Newtonian physics by Isaac Newton, he's, basically there's some physics laws that couldn't explain quantum physics, such as what Einstein was studying. So Einstein proved what his theory was, that time is and was and is going to be, it's a fabric, and it can be bent. And based on how much gravity there is, you can actually bend in time. So that totally threw Newtonian physics out of the water, because Einstein proved that it theoretically worked. And now we based a lot of our space travel and space technology on that kind of physics, on quantum physics. But now we're starting to understand that our minds can go beyond, and it's a lot more powerful than even Newtonian physics, or many scientists are led to believe. And now scientists are beginning to say that there are multiple dimensions, and scientifically they can theoretically prove that it exists. It works out, the math checks out, and we're just starting to understand how it really works. Okay, so what is all these supernatural things that we experience in our lifetime? What is it? Is it just our imagination? Is it not real, or is it real? Well, when you study quantum physics and you study the mind and meditation, you'll realize that your imagination is a lot more real than you think than it actually people give credit for. So welcome to my live event, and just want to shout out to all of you that are here right now. So welcome Sherry, hello Anthony, Bonnie, Cher, Ed, Elizabeth, and Geegly, and Greg, and Julian, and Kanish, and Kelly, and Latoya, and Laura, Leap Heather, and Mary, another Mary, and McDonald, or Kevin, Paige, William, Yolanda, welcome all, and all you guys here on TikTok. Hey J-Lo, J-Lou, hey Papa, and Jeff, hey Jeff, and Simon, so welcome. And if I don't say your name, it's probably because I don't see you on the screen. So welcome. Okay, so I'm David Wong. If you don't know who I am the founder of Chee Life, and I'm also the inventor of a technology called Chee Coils, which you may have not heard of, and it's got an app called Chee Coil, right? The channel is called Chee Coil. It's got an app called Chee Coil, and it works together with a device. If you don't know what that is, I might have time to explain what that is later. So we're talking about the ancient secrets of Chee. So for many thousands of years, the only thing that, let's say we go back, let's say 10, 20 years, okay? The only thing that we hear about Chee are from Chinese Kung Fu movies, right? Old Chinese Kung Fu movies, like back before even Jackie Chan. And there's a concept of Chee because it's been used and it's been propagated throughout Chinese history. And in the old text, in the old legends, it talks about people who had extraordinary abilities to harness this Chee energy, and to the point that they were able to levitate, they were able to heal, they were able to kill people with it. If you're part of the dark side, they were able to read people's minds. They were able to tell the future. They were able to use telekinesis to move things without touching them. They were able to harness the power of the elements like fire, water, earth, and wind, and void. They were able to do that. All the things you see in like anime or modern day like sci-fi or like Lord of the Rings. They were those legends. The Chinese had those legends back then, and how they use that, how they harness that energy is they developed their qi, and there were practices, and there were teachings, and there were secret texts, and there were secret teachings and sects, like SECTS, that taught people how to use this qi energy. And it's really highly secretive because back then they didn't have guns, so everybody relied on kung fu. If you had strong kung fu, you would be in high regard and highly sought after, because you would basically be the person to protect the weak, or protect a kingdom, or fight in the war, or basically use your energy and use your abilities for either the good or the evil, right? It's just like the Force we see in Star Wars. Okay, you can choose the dark side, and you can choose the light side of the Force. The Force is everywhere. Some people can use the Force, some people cannot. Some people who have midichlorians inside their body have a higher ability to use the Force. Some people that don't, who have to train harder in order to use the Force, but whether they know how to use it or not, the Force is there. And then there's even technology that the people used in order to harness the Force using crystals. A lot of that sounds like sci-fi, but you know what? It's always been around for generations throughout human history of being able to use the Force or use qi. So, going back to what I said, about 20 years ago, that's all that we heard about qi is from Chinese kung fu movies. Okay? But what is Chinese kung fu movies based on? They're based on actual documents and documentation, historical documentation of people who were able to use some of these powers. So what happened to these powers? Are they real or were they not? Well, now we're finding that through meditation and through the study of meditation, that a lot of these powers is actually very real, especially in the psychic development. Okay, there's a lot of research done by our own governments on remote viewing, being able to use your mind to see in a remote location without ever being there before. They were able to use spies. The government has trained and hired and paid and developed spies that use their psychic ability, called psychic spies. And they use that skill that they can develop in order to see what's in a certain location without ever being there, or see what's on a satellite, or see what's on another planet. They have been able to document it with quite a lot of success. They even have people who can go outside their bodies. Now, actually, they did a research. There's a university that are studying research of people who are in their sleep, who are in their dream, that can interact with people outside of their dream. So, for example, there's a subject who's trained to dream, and then while they're dreaming, somebody else outside, like standing in the lab, will talk to them and ask them questions, and they will be able to use their eye movement to communicate with the person that is not sleeping. So the person that's awake, or the lab technician. So now we prove that even while you're dreaming, you can still consciously be awake and consciously be able to respond to other questions or other stimuli, or be aware of what's happening outside of your body while you're still dreaming. So basically, it proves that our minds can be in two places at the same time. We can be in the dream world, and we can be in this world at the same time, and be consciously aware of both places. This is already done. This is already done in the university. They've shown people can do this. So now we, okay, I got a lot of comments. So, hey Papa, so minds runs while asleep. I couldn't open eyes. Can you explain? Okay, so yeah, so one of the phenomena I was talking about is called sleep paralysis. When you consciously awake, you know you're awake. You are aware of your body. You're awake, but you can't open your eyes, and or you can't move your body. That's called sleep paralysis. And what that is a lot of times that happens when you're just really tired and really exhausted. That happens a lot. But if you study something called astral projection, what it is like theoretically what you're saying is that you have different spiritual selves. Okay, you have different bodies, so to speak. Okay, we have different bodies. So we have our physical body. You can feel it, right? You can feel your physical body. We also have our energetic body, which is around your body, about, depending how powerful you are, you have this aura. So you can all call it aura, or you can call it your energetic body. So you can measure this. It's measured with a electromagnetic field. Your heart, for example, has an electromagnetic field. You can use a device and you can measure this field that your heart generates, and you can measure it about 6 feet out of your body, or even further for some people. So that's what you call the energetic body. It's the electromagnetic energy that is emitted from your body. You can also call it chi energy if you want. Now there's also other levels of your body, such as your astral body. Well, what is your astral body? Astral body is another copy of basically it's your spirit that can actually go outside and travel outside of your body. Okay, so it can detach physically from your physical body, and you can use that astral body to travel to other places. And if you train yourself, you can actually put your consciousness in the astral body. So some people explain sleep paralysis this way. They're saying that your astral body left your physical body, and it hasn't come back yet during your sleep. So while your conscious physical body wakes up, this mind wakes up, your astral body mind is still out there somewhere. And until it comes back to your physical body, then you cannot move. Okay, so I know it sounds weird, but a lot of people who practice astral projection, this is what they do all the time. Okay, they leave their physical bodies with their astral body, and so that's, if that helps you, understand a little bit better, then hope that answers your question. Does that answer your question, Papa? Sorry, these feeds are coming really quickly, so sometimes I'm missing them. Okay, so hey, senpai, that's how I got it. But you believe in it 1 billion%. All right, great. I want to unlock and heal and fly for sure. Okay, we'll talk about energy healing. All living life that draws breath has it. You can also see a little in the future in that state. All right, great. Okay, so let's talk about energy healing. So one thing that you can do with chi energy is heal. You can heal yourself, and you can heal other people. So you've seen it pretty much in all kinds of like sci-fi, force healing, right? You've seen it in all kinds of anime or cartoon, using energy to heal. There's always, in video games, there's always a healer, right? There's always a healer or a support character that heals the party, okay? So, but is it real? Can we actually heal with energy? Well, it's been done lots of times, many times heal with energy. We've seen it throughout history, seen it in many cultures, different religions. Jesus healed many with energy. All the disciples did in the Bible. Lots of people healed. Like, you don't even have to be a Christian to heal. You can be any Reiki, Japanese Reiki, they heal. Lots of Indian, I forgot what the word was, but they heal. Pranic healing, that's what it is. So there's energy healing throughout many different cultures, and even today we have people who do a lot of energy healing. So how does it work? Well, our body has frequency, right? Our body has a certain electromagnetic field. And then whenever we get sick, that electromagnetic field starts to weaken. And that energy flow starts to weaken in our own bodies. Okay? So basically, when you can increase that energetic body again, and we can increase that chi energy flow again, then you can start to restore the natural balance of energy in your body, and then your body will naturally heal itself. Okay, so that's very differently from a lot of conventional medicine, Western medicine, which is, you got a symptom, we'll try to get rid of the symptom, and that's it, right? So, okay, you got cancer, let's cut that thing off. All right, let's say you got cancer in your arm, let's cut off that arm, and then you got no more cancer, you're good, right? Or you have you got a tear, or you got some kind of dislocation, or I don't know, you maybe have some kind of bone growth or something. So what you do, you cut it off and then you're good. Or like you have some kind of virus and they give you a vaccine and you're good. Okay, so but does it work? Is it reliable? Is it safe? Is it natural? A lot of the times it's not. Okay, now we Western medicine really is useful for emergency situations, like somebody needs a blood transfusion or somebody needs a transplant. That's great. You can't do that with Eastern medicine, right? Eastern medicine is more of helping your body to heal itself using its natural healing processes. Okay, so your body can naturally heal itself. Like look at a baby. A baby has super high immune, right? Super strong immune system. They are super intelligent. Their brain is like firing much faster than regular people. And then they're able to recover and regenerate much faster than adults. How come? King Source wants to know, how can you gather more chi in your lower dantian? Just do more breathing and then put your hands on your belly and then just expand and contract your belly. I'll show you in a second. Ask me in a second. So you can, that ties into what I was saying, because a lot of the energy you can start cultivating is doing belly breathing. Babies, when they breathe, you watch their breathe when you're sleeping, which part of their body moves? Is the throat move, or does the chest move, or does the belly move? Which one is it when babies breathing? It's actually their bellies. Babies breathe naturally with their bellies. Well, think about where the umbilical cords goes into. It goes into the belly. So that's where all the energy and all the life force and all the nutrients go into the baby when they're in their mother's womb. So when they're breathing, that's actually also where the breath goes up and down. But as we become older, we start breathing with our chest, to start breathing higher. That actually causes lots of tension, lots of stress and anxiety. So what you can do is you relax, is to start to breathe with your dantian, which I'll show you in a little bit later. So, hey Sherry, yeah, I just got some chi coils. Thank you. You're gonna love them. And Laura says, I'm in a wheelchair and I'm working on how to get out of it. Could you say a few words on how to perform before the end? I have seizures from hypoglycemia and I have some success preventing minor seizures that way. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I do my best to help you to, balance your chi energy. And how come you're in a wheelchair? Is it from the seizures? What are you diagnosed with? Brain damage? Okay. Yeah. I would probably do some cycling from Lyme disease. Okay. So I would probably do some cyclical breathing. I'm going to give you some exercises you can do today. I'm going to get to that. But before we get to that, I just want to show you guys or talk about, the story of chi and how, how it connects with how everything works, right? So, okay, so we're talking about energy healing. We can all heal with energy. And if you understand how it works inside your own body, then you can start to activate it and then make it move or make it focused in a certain place. And you can also, once you master that, then you can start to, use that energy and kind of transfer it to other people. So there's Qigong masters who can use their hands and they can transfer energy, and they use machines that attach machines and sensors on two people, right? One is the Qigong master, one is the patient. And after a session, about 30 minutes, they measure the amount of energy, electrical energy in each person, and then you can see clearly that the energy is transferred from the Qigong master to the patient. And the patient's wellness, what they report, they feel more energy, they feel more alive, they feel less pain, and they feel just more balanced. Hey Demichi, welcome. I love that music video. We're gonna do another TikTok dance video. I'd love for you to do a dance for us again. That'll be really cool. So breathing techniques are too powerful. Yeah, they're very powerful. King Soul wants to know, so the middle dantian, if I'm correct, it deals with the emotions. It's similar to breathing lower chi. So medial 10-10, which one are you talking about? You mean the solar plexus? Yeah, it's more emotional here because it's closer to your heart. And I would say, yeah, you can, a lot of stress happens in the middle dantian, like a lot of tension and stuck energy happens in the middle dantian if you're too stressed out or too much anxiety. So if you learn how to loosen that up and clear that blockage, then that will help your emotions a lot. And also a lot of your organs are in that area too. So your organs are connected to all your emotions. So you can balance all the organs and balance that area and loosen it up. I'm talking about the solar plexus. So that's right here, the soft spot here. And then we have the upper dantian too. So we have the upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian. Lower dantian is right below your belly button. Yeah, we're recording this, so you can rewatch it on YouTube and you can practice. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start with the healing. I guess you guys are most interested in healing today, right? Okay. So if you guys want to learn about healing, then we'll talk about healing. If you guys want to learn about like manifestation, we can talk about that. If you guys want to learn about martial arts or energy or strength, I can talk about that. Or we can talk about psychic ability. What do you guys want to learn about today? There's so much to talk about. Okay. Healing, manifestation, healing and manifestation, okay? Tell me what you guys want to learn about today. Can you explain what the energy within would feel like within yourself? Okay, that's pretty easy. All right, let's all start with this exercise. So most people said they want to learn about healing and manifestation. So let's just do a healing and maybe we'll touch on manifestation. So relax. First of all, step 1 is relaxation. Step 2 is breath work. Step 2 is energy activation. And step 4, we're going to do some circuit or cycle or circular breathing. Okay. All right. So let's start with relaxation. So how do you relax? You can relax by just doing a yawn. And then, do what you do when you feel really tired and then you want to relax. So a lot of tension gets stuck in our jaws. So relax your jaws. You can massage your jaw. Like this. A lot of tension gets stuck in their temples, so you can massage your temples. A lot of tension gets stuck in their eyes, so you can massage your eyes. Massage your eyes. You just hold it like this. If you have dirty hands, you might get it, not be good. But so just hold it like this. You can massage your ears. Okay, and just massage your face like this. Brush it backwards like this. Okay, and brush it back your ears. Release the jaw. Loosen the jaw. We also have a lot of tension in our necks, right? When you look at our computers, so give yourself a massage in the back of the neck. When you look in the back, you want to press onto there's two little acupressure points there. So use your fingers and just do circular massage there, and that should help you relax a little. Okay, so that's a nice massage. You can do some neck rotations. Do another yawn. Open your mouth really big, and then go. Just pretend you're yawning. And how does that feel? You already feel more relaxed, doesn't it? Just by yawning. So yawning and stretching is the body's natural way to relax. Body's natural way to calm down. How do you guys feel already? So feel a little bit relaxed. So next thing you can do, shaking helps you also to loosen up and relax. So literally, you're loosening up your joints. So a lot of times our wrists, there's a lot of tension in our wrists, our hands. So one easy thing to do, even if you're sitting, is like shake and rinse your hands like this. Imagine you got your hands wet and you're just flinging the water as if you're trying to dry your hands just by flinging them. So you would like whip it like that. Okay, but don't tense up. Just relax, let them drop. Just let the air run through your hand and whip them down like that. You guys see this? Okay, so you can do this standing, you can do it sitting. If you're seated, then see if you can just, let your hands relax. A lot of our shoulders get tensed up, so just move your shoulders and And then shake your hands and let them drop. Drop the shoulders like this. Okay? So that's one easy way to, first of all, relax. Now what you're gonna do, now you're gonna calm yourself, right? Just sit up straight like this. And then feel how your body feels like. So you should be able to feel, things loosen up a little bit lighter. And you feel a little bit clearer. And your mouth feels kind of looser because your jaw's loosened up. Maybe your throat, you still feel some tension. So now you can feel any tension anywhere. Right now there's a little bit of tension in my throat, maybe because I'm talking so much. So relax that. Drink some water. And then just calm. Close your eyes, and then just try to relax and do the breathing. So you're breathing in with your nose, and then you breathe out. And as you breathe out, just imagine that there's there's this blanket of energy or sheets of energy just kind of washing down all the tension. So just imagine this clear or white glowing energy. Take a deep breath, and then as you breathe out, it's just washing everything down. There's a hand movement that goes with this, so you can use your hands to come up, breathe, and then ha, and make that noise. Go ha, H-A, ha, like that. So that helps you to breathe, it helps you to relax. How you guys feeling? Okay, so now you should feel a little bit more relaxed. Okay, now I want you to now we're gonna focus on the breath work. So we're gonna do some breathing. But when you breathe, what I want you to do is to feel your bellies. So if you're a guy, I want you to put your left hand, put the middle of your palm right over your belly, and then your right palm right over, and then lock your thumbs. If you're female, then use your right hand first, and then your left hand over top, and lock your thumbs like that. So go ahead and do that. And then as you're breathing in, feel your belly coming and getting bigger. So as you get bigger, breathe out, it gets smaller. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So keep doing that. It doesn't have to move that much, but as long as you can feel it move, that's all you need to do. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so how are you guys feeling? So you should feel a lot more centered and feel more relaxed at this point. And you should feel like your mind is calmer. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is energy activation. So just imagine, actually let's do this first. Let's do energy ball technique. So you have your hands together, hold them almost touching, with your fingers relaxed and like a curve. Imagine you got like a really curvy bowl in here, and then you got this part. It's like you can, let's say you're lapping up water with your hands, so you can basically put water in here, so your hands are like little cups, and then you want to hold them really close together like this. And tell me if you guys can feel something on your hands. What do you guys feel? Okay, now I want you to open up the hands a little and breathe in, and then breathe out, and then let them come together. So breathe in. Imagine you got this energy between your hands. Breathe in, And breathe out. And I'm actually not even consciously opening or closing my hands. I'm just letting my breath move my hands. So I'm not even consciously opening and closing my hands. I'm actually just breathing in, and then my hands naturally spread apart. And when I breathe out, my hands naturally come closer together. Okay, now I want you to add a sound. So I want you to say, breathe in, and then how, and then breathe in, and say how, how. How, okay, if you're me, I can feel my hands like getting really hot. How many guys' hands are getting really hot right now? How? Okay, so if you're feeling really hot, you should. Some people feel like there's some kind of resistance. You can feel like some people feel like there's actually something between your hand. I feel like there's some kind of jelly, or feel like some kind of magnetic thing, or energy, tingly, cool sensations, or a lot of heat. Hey Justin, hey McDonald, Kevin, hey Paige. Yeah, magnetic. So it's different for different people, and so play around with it. Like, see if you can move that energy around like a ball. Move your hands a little bit. Keep it close together. You can actually move it around and see where that, does it move? Like, does that energy and that heat and that tingling, is it moving location on your hands, or is it staying in one place? Is it more focused in one area? Play with it a little bit. How you guys feeling? Okay, so before, there was a question asking, how does it feel when there's energy? Well, if you can feel something right now with your hands, that's the beginning. All right, so that's the beginning. That's the easiest part to feel. Most people can feel this. They'll feel the heat, or magnetic, or they'll feel some kind of sensation. They feel some kind of tingly sensation, or you can feel as if it was in water. You can feel like there's air rushing through it. So whatever that feeling is, that's chi energy. Okay, and the more you can practice this, then the more you can build this energy. Let's do a little bit more. Okay, so now the next part is that is called sponging. So imagine that you are a sponge, or your arm or your whole body is a sponge here. Your whole body, let's say your arms are a sponge. Let's start with the arms. And when you relax, it's absorbing, let's say let's say there's water, let's say it's soaking up all the energy around, all the positive energy. Okay, so imagine there's a white energy, clear, bright, golden, whatever color that you associate with positive. It could be green, like, it could be any color that you want. But let's just do white. It's generic. So just use white energy, and then just imagine your arm is like a sponge, and it's like soaking up that energy. So, you don't have to hold it up like this, but I'm gonna just show you. So just use your mind, and then you can use your hand to guide it. So just imagine this energy, this is like liquid, and then your arm is absorbing all that liquid. And so use your imagination. So it's becoming saturated with this liquid. Okay, and now you do the other arm. It's becoming saturated in this liquid. And the key thing to this is you got to keep yourself very relaxed. So you can see one good posture to do this is to do the tree hugging posture. So as if I'm hugging a tree, it's round in the middle. So everything's relaxed. Try to relax your shoulders. If your arms get tired, you can just do this like this, but this would be better. So if you can do one arm, just imagine it's soaking up the water like a sponge. And as you soak up like a sponge, how does it feel? Just imagine you're soaking up all that liquid into your arm sponges all the way up. Okay, now see if you can do it with your feet. Okay, so start with the toes. Imagine that your feet are slowly filling up, absorbing all that liquid. Your feet sponges, and then your calf sponges, and your thigh sponges, soaking up that energy. Okay, you can use your hands to kind of guide the energy, help you visualize or help you feel it more. Okay, so let's see if I can show you what I'm doing. So I would just use my hands to guide that energy up my feet, up to my hips, and then relax. Up to my hips, and then relax. From my feet, filling up to my feet, legs, and relax. Okay, so that's how I'm doing it. You can do it seated, or you can do it lying down even. Doesn't really matter. It's just as long as you can feel it and you can visualize what's happening. And the key is you need to relax. If you are tensing up anywhere, then it's not going to work, because then the energy flow just stops. Like if you squeeze a sponge, you can't absorb anything with it, right? How does a sponge absorb any water? It has to be expanded and open and relaxed, right? So that's the same thing for your body. If you squeeze your body like a sponge, then it can't absorb anything, can't absorb any energy. So just as a sponge, imagine the sponge is expanded and it's open, and then it just, as it's open, the water or whatever the liquid that you're imagining will just naturally get absorbed as you're just a sponge. Like a sponge doesn't need to do anything to absorb water. There's no energy needed to suck in the water. The sponge itself is a sponge, so it just naturally just has water going into it. So that's why you need to imagine your arms and your limbs to be like a sponge. You don't need to force any energy into it. As long as you're just naturally relaxed and open, and the energy will naturally come into it. Just like the way we do the hands, the more relaxed you are, the more hot, and the more you're going to feel that energy. Now you want to extend it to your arm and to your legs and actually in your entire body. So if you're not feeling it, then just focus on your hand. And then before we start moving to the limbs and stuff, because it actually takes, some people will take a couple days to do it to each arm, or it take a couple more days to do the legs, but I'm just showing you how to do it. You can practice on your own after this webinar, in this live event. But the thing is, you need to eventually feel that energy coming in through all your limbs at the same time. Right? I can feel it go all the limbs at the same time. So once you do one hand only, you can start to do like both hands, both arms sponging, and then you can do both legs at the same time. Notice that I'm using my breath to guide the force. So I'm breathing, relax, and breathe out. So what I do is when I'm breathing in, that's the one I'm imagining I'm expanding. And then my sponge is getting big, and it's becoming open. And then when I breathe out, I relax more. And I relax, and everything gets hot. And then when I breathe in, I'm expanding I'm just expanding like everything inside. Just imagine your whole arm is like a solid sponge. And your whole leg, every part of it, like the inside is a sponge too. So we're not just imagining the outside. We have to start feeling the inside of your arms, like the inside, the meat, the bone, and everything. Okay, so keep doing that. Okay, so how do you guys feel now? You guys should feel like pretty hot. Like right now I'm getting pretty hot. I'm starting to perspire a little bit. How are you guys feeling? Hey senpai, like I breathe in it shrinks, I breath it out it grows. Yeah, that's right. So when you breathe in, it gets you contract, and when you breathe out, it grows. Well, it can go either way, but you get an idea. Basically, it's contracting and expanding, right? Anything King says is amazing. Welcome, Kegel. All right, so that's the first three steps, three or four steps. So the next step is to do a circuit, do a cycle. Laura says perspiration. Justin says perspiration. Laura says it's very hot. Paige says relax. I can feel energy wherever I focus it. Yeah. So once you get to a certain point, wherever you put your awareness, right? So I'm gonna put my awareness in my hand right now, and then I can feel my hand getting hot. Let's say I put my awareness in my elbow, right? I can just look at it and just relax it. I can feel it tingly. I can feel like the numbness in my elbow. And let's say I focus on my right foot. So I just put my awareness in. I just want to feel my right foot. Like, what's it feel like? And relax it. And I can feel it tingling now. And I can feel it kind of pressure on my foot. So different parts of your body can feel a different way. All it is just using your mind and being able to direct it to where you want it to be. So let's say that you have pain somewhere, right? So one easy way to have instant pain relief without any drugs, without anything, is just using this exercise of breathing and of intention and of awareness of it. So let's say you got finger pain. Let's say this finger hurts, this joint here. So how do you get rid of the pain? Well, first thing I would do is relax it. Okay, I would relax, shake it a little bit, brush it a little bit if you can, right? Just relax it. Then I start breathing. And then what I do is I add in something called color breathing. So let's say that the pain is red, this throbbing pain is red, and then I want to soothe it with some kind of like, let's say some light blue. So I breathing in light blue, and then out goes the red. Breathe in light blue, out goes the red, and so on. So that's called color breathing, and that alone can help you relieve the pain. And then at this point, I won't do the sponging, because sponging is you're actually activating the energy. You're actually creating more blood flow there, which is good maybe later for healing. But when something's hurting, it's probably because of inflammation. So you don't want to activate it, right? 'Cause it's already inflamed. You actually want to calm it down. So just calming down and breathing. And another thing you can do is you can breathe in and then tense it up like a sponge in your mind, and then blow it out really quickly. So breathe in. Imagine all that red energy, all that inflammation, tight, close tight in the ball, and then you blow it out. And when you blow it out, blow it down to the ground. So you want to just use your mind to just like purge or cleanse out that negative energy, and do that. Keep doing that. I can do it fast now, but if you want to just start, you can just go tense it up, hold it for a second, focus that energy, and then blow it down. So that's one way of getting rid of pain. You can use it on any part of your body, not just your fingers. If you have a headache, you have foot pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it works anywhere. Okay. So now to the final step, which is very useful, is the cycle or the circuit breathing. So now if you practice this long enough, you can start feeling the energy move up and down, right? Or moving up, soaking up like a sponge, okay, through the whole meat of your arm or your legs. So once you can do that, then you can start moving the energy in a cycle. So let's say you're sitting in a chair like this. So you want to move the energy up your legs, and then up your tailbone, up your back, to the back of your head, up to the top of your head. Then hold it there for a second, and then when you're breathing out, it comes down in front of your face, down your neck, down your chest, down your abdomen, and then back to your feet. Okay? So, and ideally, you want to do this all in one breath. So as you're breathing in, comes up your feet, the back of your legs, up to your back of the neck, at the top of the head, right at the top, the crown point. And then as you breathe out, then it kind of washes over the front of your body, the front of your legs, and the front of your feet. Okay, so that's called cycle breathing. So you can use your finger like this to guide what I'm doing. I'm just guiding the energy. I'm pointing to it. So you're going to stand back more. So that helps you to visualize where the energy is going. Okay. Now, one neat thing is that if you're doing this correctly, you'll feel tingles in the back of your neck. So if your energy is going up correctly up your spine, you'll feel tingles in the back of your head and back of your neck. It's like the feeling you know someone's watching you from the back. Who's had that feeling before? Who's had the feeling that somebody's been watching from the back of their head? So it's kind of like that. But you'll feel tingly. So who's feeling that right now? Breathe up. And then breathe out, down. So you're cycling through your body. Now, was it Laura who had the brain injury? So this would be very helpful for your for that, because yeah, that's Laura, right? So because you're kind of like activating the energy coming up to your brain, and then it's going around your brain. Maybe you want to, slow down here and really feel it. You can even use your hands up here to help yourself. To feel that energy. That energy ball of your hands, you can actually use it and place it to any part of your body. You can feel heat, can't you? I can feel heat right now. Any part of the body I'm placing it on, I can feel that numbness and magnetic energy. You don't even have to touch physically, like make contact. I can feel it right now. So what you can do is you can use that hand to guide the energy from the back. Then once you get to the neck, you can kind of cup it here, and then you can move it slowly over your head like this, and then over your face, and then over your chest, and then down your thigh and your knee and your feet. And as it comes back, you can go back and then come like this. And then when you go here, the slower you go is actually better. You want to actually go as slow as possible. But then again, it's ideal to do it in one breath, right? So you want to breathe slowly, go out. So that's why you want to extend your breath. Breathing in. But if you start tensing up because you're trying to control your breath too much, then don't do that. Just go normal. And then you do it again. Now, if you have any part of your body that needs like healing, let's say you have emotional healing, let's say you need some emotional healing, you put it in your heart, and just stop it there for a minute. And then really feel the healing energy before you continue and you move through down to your feet again. Or if you need another part of your body, let's say your mind. Let's say you got too many thoughts and you need to relax, so you can move around your head. I feel it cooling down. I feel it balancing my mind. I'm kind of cooling it and massaging it without even touching. I'm doing an energetic massage of my brain right now. So you can do it to yourself too. Energetic massage of your brain. And then breathing. So the stronger your visualization, the more you're gonna feel. What if a nerve damaged? Now, like I said, I'm not a doctor, but like none of this stuff is invasive at all. So you can do this as much as you want without worrying about anything happening to you that's negative. I can only see only positive things of doing that. Like you don't even have to make contact. You're just using the electromagnetic energy that comes naturally from your hands to balance out your chi energy. So what if it's nerve damage? Well, yeah, people have been able to repair nerve damage with qigong, with energy healing. That's not something far-fetched. Lots of people have done it. So yeah, I'm not going to promise you like that this is going to heal you, but I do know that there's many people that have been able to heal themselves from nerve damage using these practices. Hey senpai, I got lost, but it was my bad guess. Turned out I always feel, I wasn't sure. Just need to practice my breathing. Devereaux is a gamer. How do I increase chi capacity? Okay. All right. How do you increase your chi capacity? Just practice. That's all you can do. Just like in the game, how do you get more experience? How do you increase your mana pool, right? You need to practice. You need to grind. There's no shortcut. There is a shortcut actually. Speed it up using Coil. But you need to. It's like growing. It's like growing anything, right? How do you become stronger physically? How do you become stronger physically? You got to work out every day. You got to rest too. You have to work hard and you got to rest hard, and you got to do it smart. And you can use some tools like Coil to help you get there faster. Basically, what this does is it just enhances that chi in your body, and enhances that frequency in your body, so that you can activate it faster, or you can move it faster. Ever since I'm using this, I mean, my chi capacity have just shot through the roof, because now you got a tool that can help you do it. Like just imagine you're starting to light a fire, but all you have is a little match. How big of a fire can you get? You can't get that big of a fire. It's just a little match, right? So how do you make the fire bigger? Well, you need to kindle it, and then you need to add more wood, or you need to add more things that it can get fuel from. And unless you get that, you're just always going to get a little match flame. So how do you grow your own stamina of chi? How do you grow your own mana or whatever you want to grow? Well, we all start with a little match. Some people have bigger matches than others, but if you want to grow it, you need to slowly add more fuel to it. And you need to slowly grow it like a flame. Or even like a tree. How do you grow a tree? You can't grow a tree overnight. You need to water it. You need to have fertilizer. You need to have the sunshine. And then over time, it becomes a branch, a tree, and it becomes stronger and stronger, and the trunk gets bigger and bigger. But it takes many years to cultivate that, right? So this is like fertilizer for that tree. It helps you to grow it faster, but it still takes time. You're like the teacher from Hunter x Hunter. You even dressed him like him today. Really? I actually never watched that. I watched other anime, but I haven't watched that one. Maybe you can post the link later. Yeah, thanks for coming, senpai. A Chico is like a human charger. Yeah, how do I say? It's kind of like the crystal that you found, like in the gaming language. Like, what is this? This is like a like artifact that you wear, and it helps you collect experience points faster. Like experience times 1.2 or experience times 2 or something like that. Okay. Or it's like one of those gear. You can get this gear, and then it actually, it's like strength +1 or intelligence +1. Zelda. Yeah. So this would be like the for Zelda. This will be the hearts that you gather. Right. This will give you more hearts or hit points. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then, hey Paige, yeah, yours being delivered Monday. Great. So that's cool. Okay, so let me just recap what we did today, right? We did relaxation. I got my notes here. Relaxation. Remember how you relax? Is through yawning, stretching. You don't, stretching. It doesn't have to be like a long stretch. Just stretching, loosening up, moving your joints, shaking and loosening. That's a relax. Number 2 is breath work. Breathing. Different kinds of breath work I talked about today is the tummy breathing. I also talk about color breathing, just using your imagination of using different colors when you breathe. And I also talk about force breathing, which is like breathing in, holding, contracting, and then force breathing, forcing it out. That helps you to get rid of pain. It really helps when you have a lot of stress too, or anxiety. So you have a lot of stress and anxiety, it usually gets stuck in your solar plexus here, right? You can feel it inside here. That helps a lot too. So you breathe in, squeeze it, feel all that dark, muddy energy clump into a tight little ball, and then whew, and then you breathe it out like loudly. You gotta make a noise like whew, like that, and imagine it whew, forcing out of your body like that into the ground, just like dirt, just like crap, which is what it is. Your energetic crap, blow it out. All right, and the third thing I talk about is energy activation, which is we talk about the energy ball. So you can start feeling like how it feels like, what's the sensation of chi energy. And then many of you said heat or what do you call it, numbness or coolness or magnetic energy or some kind of like substance. Sometimes feel elastic, like rubber band. Like when you open it, it feels like something's pulling you back, and when you push it back together, it feels like it's something's pushing it out. It's like some kind of rubbery thing in there. So once you get to be aware of that, you may think, well, is it my imagination or is it actually happening? Well, it doesn't matter. Don't even think about it. When you're asking yourself, is it imagination? That's your cognitive mind trying to figure out what just happened, but you don't need to figure it out for it to happen. So you just need just relax and just let it happen and just observe what's happening rather than try to analyze. Okay, so a lot of times we analyze so much, and one reason this is happening to society right now is because we look at our phones so much. So we're using our eye senses basically 24/7 today. Is a hyperactive, this front part of your brain. So when you use that too much, then you stop using the sympathetic part of your brain, which is in the back, and that helps you. That's where your intuition is. That's where your relaxation is. That's where your insights, and that's where your your basically like your what do you call it? I don't know. Can somebody help me with this? So this is where your intuition, your sensing, and your feeling is in the other parts of your brain, not just the front, right? So when we look at our phones all day long, it stops us from exercising that in other parts of our brain. So what happens is that we start analyzing everything all the time, and then that causes us to miss what we're experiencing. Does that make sense? It makes us to be blinded to what we're actually experiencing, because we always have to figure out what it is rather than what's happening and how it feels. Okay, so when you can switch your mind from the front and move it back to the center, then you can start to experience and be aware of things that normally most people are not aware of. And it's there, but we're just not aware of it, or we don't use that part of our brain. Okay, so back to what I was saying. It's energy activation, moving the energy, and today we moved it up our arms, up our legs, and then the final one is to move the energy in a circle, cycling through the body. And this is a very healthy thing to do. I would do it even when you're sleeping, or right before sleep, or right before you get out of bed. It's a really good thing to do. It gets your chi energy moving, and by the time you wake up, it's like, I don't even need coffee because I feel great. I feel awake. I feel alert. I feel calm at the same time, right? See, a lot of times when we drink coffee, we feel alert, but then we feel like anxious because of the coffee. Your heart rate goes up, right? But then when you wake up, you start to feel like you're moving because you activated that blood flow and the chi energy flow, and your mind, and you balance your mind, and everything's firing at the same time. So since we're here, what about Qin? Qin? What's that? I don't know what that is. Solar plexus. Yeah, what about solar plexus? Did you have a near-death experience? I had a near-death, what do you call it? Experience, but then I wasn't conscious when it happened. So I almost died when I was 4 years old. I felt over some rails, and then I cracked my head open. So that was definitely near death, but I don't remember anything. I only remember what other people told me happened. But ever since then, if I look back, I can see my mind has changed, and according to what people told me, my mind was completely different. I became more of an introvert, and I became more aware of spiritual things for some reason. So maybe something happened when I hit my head and injured myself and almost died. It was a catalyst to awakening. Yeah, that's right. Upper dantian. So upper dantian is like basically your pineal gland, or pituitary gland, and that's your intellectual mind, and we use that all the time. We don't really need to really activate it that much, but what we do need to, I do a lot, is to relax it a lot. So when I bring it in, the energy here, I relax and let it fall and kind of wash down. I don't think these days we need to really activate our upper dantian that much. Same thing happened to you. Very nice. Have you seen your third eye? What do you mean seen my third eye? Like today I was using the chi coil. I was taking a nap, and then I was like, oh, how come it's so bright? Did I put my eye blindfolds on? And I felt this, like, whoa, I had my blindfolds on, but it was still so bright. Like, these are really thick blindfolds. I should have showed you how thick they are. I don't have them here, but like, these are thick blindfolds, right? They're thick. They're not the thin ones, and no light gets through them. And then I had my eyes closed, and then it was all this gold bright thing, as if I didn't have blindfolds on. I just closed my eyes right now. There's a light around me, and if I close my eyes, I can still see light, right? I still see, glow or light through my eyelids. But I had my blindfolds on, and it's impossible for light to get through this, and then I can still see everything glowing. So I was really surprised. And I checked like 3 times, like, what the heck? Are my blindfolds on properly? And then they were. And I was like, are my eyelids closed? And I really closed my eyelids tightly, but then it was still bright. It's as if I didn't even close my eyes. So that's what happened. Yeah, it was kind of white with gold light. Yeah. So that happens when you meditate a lot, and also it happens when you use chi coil a lot. It happens quite quickly. We get that reported to us a lot, of people having really bright, like, night vision. And what that also leads to is more dreams. Okay, so who's had a chi coil and have more dreams now? Or their dreams are more vivid, or they have better dream memory? Laura says pineal gland activation. Yeah, so that's exactly what it is. Your pineal gland's physioelectric properties were active. Yeah, so it happens quite quickly. Like, for people who use it for 2 or 3 days, one of the first things they notice is their dreams become more vivid, or they actually dream when they usually don't dream at all. They actually start recalling their dreams, and those that already dreamed, they will start remembering their dreams more, and then seeing them more vividly. Like last night, I have a really long dream, and long dreams too, right? Like, sometimes when we dream, we only remember a little part of it, maybe like 30 seconds of it, and then the rest we don't really remember. We know that something happened, we don't remember. But what happens is you start to remember, whoa, you had this really long dream, and I was here, and then after that I went through this, and this happened, I saw this person, and this thing happened, and then I jumped to another scene. and you remember all this like long ass dream that you would never remember normally. So that's something extra that people, report when they start using the chi coils. And you know what? If you meditate a lot, you do the same thing. You don't need chi coils. If you do a lot of qigong, you not do a lot of energetic practice. That's going to help to you. You do a lot of breath work. You do a lot of, chanting. You do a lot of music. If you get into that mental zone, yeah, you will experience that too. But this gets you there really easily, automatically, and much faster. It's my invention. Very proud of it. Chi coil. And if you guys, since you guys are on this live chat, I want to give you the opportunity to go to. We're launching a whole series of new chi coils, and there you can join the waiting list if you go there. So if you go there, it's go to backchicoil.com. Let's see if I can show you where to go to. Okay, just go to backchicoil. BACKQICOIL. You put that link on there. Put in your phone number, and then you're gonna get a text message when it's available. So you guys get priority access. Priority access to the next series of chi coils, which are coming out real soon. King says, "Oh man, I remember a lot of your dreams. Cool. This chi coil is going to turn me into a superhero. It could. It could turn you into a psychic superhero. So whatever like natural abilities that you have, it will amplify those things. So if you're naturally very intelligent person, it will enhance that, right? If you're naturally have some kind of psychic ability, then it will enhance that ability, right? If you're naturally someone who is good at energy healing, then this will enhance it for you. Can you hear me? Okay. Third generation. Yeah, this will be 1, 2. Yeah, about probably third generation of chi coils coming out. So we already launched the Chi Coil 3S, which is the third generation, top of the line. We're launching another series very soon. So go to backchicoil.com and put in your phone number, and we're gonna text message you as soon as it's out. And you can support what we're doing here, and you can also get the Chi Coil, one of the new ones too. All right, so I'll be here. So who's got another question before I go? All right. Oh yeah. So I talked about the healing aspect. So I hope you guys learn about healing. Who here liked the healing part of this live meeting? Raise your hand if you like the healing part. So then, some of you mentioned you want to learn about manifestation, right? Who wants to learn about manifestation? Hey, LTL. Clairvoyance. Manifestation. Yeah, you can be friends. Just add me, and then I'll add you back. Okay, how do you manifest things, right? We all want to manifest things. And like, for example, we want to manifest a girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife or spouse or partner, right? Who's had that? So we always want to manifest more money, more success, good opportunities. Right? We want to manifest those things, right? And what we also want is, what we don't want is we want to avoid or get rid of negative energy, negative people, negative circumstances, and get rid of negative energy, like I said that, and negative manifestation. We don't want those things. So what do we do? How do you manifest things? Okay, so notice that when we're doing the healing, what are we manifesting when we're healing? Or doing the qigong? We're actually manifesting chi, right? We're manifesting chi. We're basically creating chi where there wasn't chi, or we weren't aware of that chi in the first place. When we did the hand energy ball exercise, what did we manifest? We manifested an energy ball, even though it's in your own imagination, but you can definitely feel it because you can feel the heat. You've manifested that feeling, that sensation out of nothing, just using your mind. When we manifested that stress relief, when we manifested the dreams, and when you manifested the the releasing of pain, how do we do that? We used it by combining our body and also breathing and also imagination, right? So how do you if you can manifest that in your body, then how do you manifest other things? Like how do you manifest a boyfriend or girlfriend? How do you manifest money? How do you manifest success? Well, it's basically it's the same principle, right? You need to combine your body, your mind, and your breath, and also your imagination in order to manifest it. So let's say I remember when I manifested my wife, right? She's Korean and she's really hot. And definitely when I first saw her, I said, yeah, that's going to be my wife. So how did I manifest it? Well, first of all, I had a goal. I said, I'm going to find myself a really hot girlfriend. So I manifested by, first of all, having an idea and having a goal. Then I went out and then I started talking to girls, right? So I used my body. I had to use my body to go out. What else did I do? I practiced my speech. I practiced how I talk to people. I practice my own energy, right? Like if you're a girl, tell me if this is true. Before you even meet a person or even talk to a person, you can tell whether a guy, you like them or not. It's something called, the guy's got it or not. He's got a swagger, so to speak, right? So what is this swagger? Like, can you quantify this, right? People want to know, how do you measure this? How do you measure this thing that attracts you to a guy or attracts you to a girl, right? Well, that has a lot to do with energy. That has a lot to do with frequency, okay? And what is frequency? It's a combination of your own body's energy, electromagnetic energy, which is actually measurable. You can measure this energy around your body. Also, what brainwave you are at, like what kind of brainwave you're at, how expanded is your mind, is how intelligent you are, how many different kinds of intelligence you are, because there's different kinds. Are you just intelligence? Are you just good at math? Are you just good at analytical intelligence, or do you have emotional intelligence? Do you have EQ? Are you able to read people's feelings and respond to them? Do you have spiritual intelligence? Are you able to predict what's going to happen? Do you have that intuition and spiritual connection, right? And when you have those things, those all add up to become your frequency. And when you're on the right frequency, those that you want to attract will just get attracted to that without even trying. And those that you want to repel will automatically get repelled without even trying. Okay? So many people focus on, how do you find the right person for you, how to meet a guy, how to meet a girl, how to meet a wife. Well, I think it's easier if you just work on yourself first and become the person that would attract that kind of person, right? So just become that person that has the frequency on all those different levels, has the intelligence, not just like physical intelligence. I got muscle intelligence, which can go away pretty quickly. It doesn't really say much, right? But you got intellectual intelligence, you got emotional intelligence, and you got spiritual intelligence as well. And when girls or when a guy meets somebody like you, they say, whoa, this is not like anybody I've ever met. He's on a different level. He's on a different frequency, literally. And then you will be amazed how many people want to be your friend and how many people want to get to know you. Does that make sense? So that's how I manifested, my hot wife. She's Korean, right? Like, you can't go wrong. So they all say, yeah. So now, like before, BTS was popular, and before all this Korean K-pop was popular, I already knew Korean was the way to go. So see, I told the future. I knew that was going to be hot in the future. Yeah. Hey, David, does torus-shaped jewelry have any special effect? I think so. Like, I have a toroid stone here. This is hematite. It helps you ground. Same as this hematite bracelet. Helps you to ground your energy. And it's gold plated, which is really great for prosperity. And then my body reacts well to gold. It helps me get hotter and more blood circulation. So I like gold. So this is really good for me because it centers and grounds me, and it helps my blood circulation. And then I got hematite here. This, you can get it from the store, Chee Life store. Chee Life store, you can get this stuff. It's interesting. We are all props for each other. That's right. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, manifesting. So when it comes to manifesting, a spouse or what do you call it, like a soulmate, then that's what I would do, right? I would become a person that would attract the person I want first. A lot of people say, "Oh, I want this, dream girl or dream guy," but then what are you doing to yourself to attract that person, right? Okay, so the other question is, how do I get money? How do I attract money? How do I attract success and abundance? It's the same principle, okay? So attraction is the same principle. How do I have success? I'll use my company as an example. You have to find out, what you are good at, and you got to find out what your passion is, and you got to find out what makes money and what you can do all day without getting tired. Okay. Now, a lot of people would tell you, if you're truly successful, you shouldn't be working so hard. It's true and it's not true at the same time. For me, I work my ass off. I work a lot, and I'm successful. And then, so that now I don't have to work that much. Okay. So if you're starting from 0 and you want to get to 1,000 or 10,000 or something like that, right? You can't use the same techniques or same strategies that somebody that already starts at 100,000 or starts at that million. Okay, it's different. So if you start from nothing, like I was really broke, then you really actually got to work your ass off. Okay, you got to put more energy, because unless you do that, your plane is not going to have enough energy to launch, or your space shuttle is not going to have enough fuel to get into space. Okay, because you got gravity, you got air force. In order to get your space shuttle up to space, you need a lot of fuel. But once you get to space, you can coast because there's no gravity in space. So same thing with the airplane. Once you get into high altitude, you don't need a lot of energy to make it go, really fast. So if you're starting and you got very little, you don't have much abundance right now. You don't have much cash. You don't have much income. You probably have to work a little harder than everybody else in order to get your plane up in the air. Okay? You got to really focus too. You can't divert your energy into 2 or 3 things. It's like trying to fuel 3 airplanes with only a third of the fuel. And none of them are going to get up in the air. So you need to focus and find one thing that you want to do, that you have a lot of energy and motivation and inspiration that you're going to do, and just focus on one thing without getting distracted. So you put all your fuel into one jet, and then you got to put enough fuel in that jet and keep going until that jet takes off. So that's kind of like what I do. So focus has a lot to do with it. How do you know which jet to put your fuel in? Well, meditation helps. Do your research, right? Talk to successful people that don't charge you money, right? Successful people that charge you money, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It really depends. In my experience, I paid, a mentor a lot of money, and it helped a lot. And then I also paid another mentor a lot of money, and it ended up really bad. So you really need to find out, is the person that you're going to spend money to teach you, you know, is this really the person that's going to help you? Does he really have a, compassion? Does he really have an interest in helping you? Or is he just, basically a scammer? So I've had both kinds of mentors, ones that helped me, that I paid, that helped me tremendously, and ones that I paid that screwed me over tremendously. Okay? So how do you know? Meditate. Your intuition will tell you. You got to separate the difference between your greed and between your excitement, and between separate that greed and excitement from what do you call it? From knowing, right? Just knowing that this is the right thing to do. It's sometimes very hard and very confusing because there's so many other people out there that are like saying, this is awesome, this is great. But yeah, it's tough. I know to make a good decision these days. There's so much information, so many people saying different things. But then this is where the meditation intuition is really important, because you got to figure out what is it that makes you. What is it that resonates with you? That's right. And what is it that really is meant for you? And then that takes some time to figure out. You may make mistakes. You might, get screwed over, give money to the wrong person. You might lose a lot of money but that's okay. If you don't give up, you can still succeed. But obviously you want to avoid those things. But so what I would do is I would test. If somebody asking for $1,000, start with $10. See how it goes. Start with $50. Start $100. Whatever you can afford to put into it without jeopardizing too much, right? Like we got these chee coils, you can get started for $300, right? Or you can start with a frequency, and they're free. You can try our frequencies, are free on our website. There's no risk. Meditate with it and see if you actually improve yourself. If you improve yourself, say, wow, this is real. It actually worked for me. I can resonate with this. Well, maybe then you can spend $10, buy another frequency, see how that goes. You spend $10. Whoa, I spent $10, and I felt myself getting more energy and more balance and more clear. And spend $50, right? See how it goes. Okay, so that's what I would do. I wish I would have done that before, instead of like dumping all my money at once and then losing a lot of money with so hey, well, I'm glad I can help you with that. Yeah, the mother and father thing is missing these days, right? Because I grew up, and a lot of Asian kids got separated from the breadwinner, in my generation, because a lot of them immigrated to America, and they couldn't make money in America because they didn't hire Chinese people to do anything back then. So what ended up happening was, the dad would stay in China or Hong Kong to make money with a business and send it over to Canada or to America to support the family. So a lot of us, we grew up, with only a mom or only one of their parental figures. So how do you learn? Yeah. So I kind of how did I learn? I learned a lot from just my own experience, and unfortunately it was both good and bad, because the bad part is that you make a lot of mistakes and you have to learn from yourself. But the good part is that you become stronger, because you learn how to make decisions, and you learn what doesn't work, and then it makes you smarter, makes you wiser. That's right. Okay, what made you come up with the chee coil? Well, I was using some technologies, like the bigger ones here, like the wand you see over here, and the big coils you see. And I was thinking, well, what if I made something that I can carry around with me, and I don't need to like connect to anything. I can just bring it with me everywhere I go, and it's small and it's powerful. So I was studying different kinds of shapes I can do this, and I discovered that the toroid is like the most powerful shape for energy flow. You know that they make nuclear fusion reactors using the same shape. If you research the word tokamak, they use this same shape. It's a toroid in order to create 0 point like the closer. That's the closest we can get to clean limitless energy using a toroid. You guys watch Iron Man? It's kind of like that. Iron Man's got a arc reactor, and it's no surprise that it's shaped like this too, because that's what scientists are using to create nuclear fusion, to create clean, limitless energy. It's as close as we can get right now to it. So that's why we're using this. Because why is this the most powerful shape in nature? Is because all nature is this shape like this, isn't it? Look, think about it. Yeah, it's the shape of infinity. It goes on forever. There's no end. And also, all our galaxies are shaped like that. Galaxies are shaped like this. Earth's magnetic energy field, our own Earth, our own planet's energy field is shaped like this. What else is shaped like this? You see tornadoes, whirlpools, sunflowers, coral. Everything in nature is shaped like a vortex. Well, not everything, but you get the idea. The powerful shapes in nature. Think about our own blood cells. Our own blood cells are shaped like this too. Yeah. So it's very powerful. So there's a lot more going on than just electromagnetic signals coming from here. There's a lot more happening than just pulse electromagnetic frequency. So, and we're discovering that. So Kevin says, yes, the torus field, that's what our aura is. Yeah, so our own aura, our own magnetic field in our body is shaped like a torus. So you can see there's a lot of technology out there that says, we do electromagnetic field, and great, good for them. You put with a headband on, it's got electromagnetic field. You put a pad on, it's got electromagnetic field. You have a mat, it's got electromagnetic field, but it's not in the shape. It's not in the proper shape. This is the natural. This is the world's, the universe's shape for electromagnetic field, for energy fields. Why not make it in this shape to start with? Because this is what happens in nature. Okay, so that's what's missing in a lot of stuff, and we have it, and other people don't. Geekly's asking, is there a reason I don't have my apps I had before? Now I have to buy. I'm in Inner Circle. That could be just some glitch in your account. So you just give us your email that you log into the app with, Geekly, and we will just check a few boxes, and it should be all unlocked on your app. Maybe you just need to log out and log in, but that shouldn't be any issue to get fixed for you. Okay, so if you're in your circle, then you should have that should be unlocked in your app. Just let us know what your email is, and then we'll get those unlocked for you. Yolanda says, you are wearing a pendant tonight. What is it, and what does it do? What characteristics does it assist or amplify? So this is one of our source. It's called source pendant. It's a toroid shaped pendant, and it's hematite coated or plated with gold. 24 karat gold. So hematite is a centering and grounding stone. So it really helps if you feel like you're dissipated too much. It helps you to ground your energy. Gold is, for prosperity and helps for healing as well. Helps your mind. So those things. You can study a lot of this, right? You can just search on Google metaphysical properties of hematite or metaphysical properties of gold. And this one would have all those things. Elizabeth is asking, it states that people with metal implants should not use the coils. Does that include metal rods in the leg, hip, or knee replacement? You can test it out. We just want to be on the safe side because it does create an electromagnetic field. It depends what kind of implant you have. If you have a implant that is sensitive to magnets, then it may cause irritation on that because it's going to vibrate that implant if it gets too close to the chee coil. But if you have an implant that is, let's say, ceramic or is not magnetically active, I don't think titanium is magnetic. So if you have a titanium implant, you can research this. If it's not reactive to magnets, then it shouldn't be a problem. Stainless steel, I think it really depends on whether it's magnetic. Some steel, I think steel is magnetic, but I don't think stainless steel is. So you just have to do some research. Bonnie's asking, do you have breathing technique to lower blood pressure? The one that I did with the belly breathing, slow breathing, would help you do that. And my uncle does that. He has high blood pressure, and when he does that, he lowers his pressure pretty quickly. Can the app and chee coil be used outside? Of course, you can use it anywhere you want. Anywhere. Outside, inside, anywhere. Moni says, hey, does using the gold plates and chee coil also boost your energy during meditation? That's exactly what it does. It's enhancing your bioenergy. So when you're meditating, it's not just happening here. Your whole body is doing it. Did you know that? So many people think meditation is in the brain. It's not. That's only one part of it. Most of the meditation involves the entire body. That's why the breathing, the chanting, and the posture, and then the relaxation is so important. So these ones help with meditation because it helps every part of that process of meditating. So yes, it does boost your chi energy or boost your energy during meditation. During meditation or when you're not during meditation, it will boost your energy. What do you think about Dr. Joe Dispenza? Great. I love his work. He's talking about frequency, right? Dr. Joseph Dispenza, he's talking about attracting with the proper frequency. The only thing, though, I don't see is, so what frequency? Right? So there's a lot of people saying, yeah, you got to raise your frequency. Yeah, you got to, raise your vibration. And if you have the proper frequency, you're going to attract good things. So, yeah, what frequency is it then? Nobody's figured it out. Well, guess what we did? We figured it out. Well, which frequency it is. Exactly. Which hertz, right? So if you look at our store, Chi Life store, we have hundreds of frequencies. And each frequency is not just one frequency. They have up to 6,000 data frequencies in one frequency. So it's like music. Okay, so you got one, let's say you want to attract abundance, right? We have a frequency for attract abundance. I was playing it today. I play it every day, right? So if you go to, this is one of our inner circle frequencies though. So I'm gonna play it for you. So, okay, go to the app and go to inner circle and then see inner circle, and then I go to attract abundance, and then I go download. Okay, it was not downloading. Okay, there's a new phone. Figure out how to do this. Okay, inner circle. Okay, I gotta use another phone. Okay, try to find this. Okay, so this is this one here. So this is the frequency to attract abundance. Okay, you guys like that? So you notice that there's a lot of frequencies in there. It's just not just one. It gets up to about 6,000 frequencies in each frequency. So that's attract abundance. So like I said, there's a lot of people. Joe Dispenza, awesome guy. I love his teaching. A lot of attraction gurus out there. What they're saying is completely true, and I totally agree with them. But then I asked them, what frequency is it then to attract abundance? And none of them can tell me specifically which one it is. I'm the only guy that says, it's this one. This is the frequency to attract abundance. And guess what? What frequency do you need to have magnetic attraction? What frequency do you know that helps you to harmonize your life force? What frequency do you know that helps you attract money? What frequency do you know that helps you to attract success or attract your soulmate? Do you have any of those frequencies? And they don't have any of them. Okay? So Um, so so that's why I'm very confident about our technology, is that we're taking whatever they have been teaching for years to the next level because we have the actual frequencies for doing exactly what they are telling you to do. Because there's different things you can do. Like I said, you don't need any of the technology. You can meditate, you can manifest, you can achieve whatever you want with your mind and with your hard work, with your own energy. But isn't it a lot easier and simpler if you can just use the technology to help you and boost you and make you get there faster? I would do that because, it takes a lot of time to learn these meditation techniques. It takes a lot of time to learn how to attract and how to get rid of energy, negative energy. Why not just have something do it for you? Reprogram your mind, reprogram your energy for you, so you don't have to do all the hard work. Okay, so that's what this is. It's awesome. Okay, I did ayahuasca and I was in different dimensions. Fantastic. Yeah, so we have this ayahuasca frequency. If you guys know what ayahuasca is, it's a herb that helps you, people go to retreats to take, and with a shaman, and the shaman has to be there to guide you. Otherwise, you might get, it might be out of control because the ayahuasca is so powerful. You have these, wild psychedelic experiences. So we have a frequency for that. You don't even need the brew. You don't need the herb. You don't need to take the herb. You just listen to this frequency. You can experience something very close to it. Yeah, so that's very powerful. Giggly said, okay, so that's your email. So Marvin, can you send that off to support so that they can unlock the frequency she's purchased on the app? And then she says that thanks, would love to meet you and have a good understanding of how to use your product. What attracted me to your product was I started doing grounding mats and microcurrents. Thank you, you deserve confidence. Yeah, I did grounding mats too, interestingly. And I used to use them all the time. So I used to sleep with a grounding mat, and that's pretty cool too. But this is much cooler. Jonathan says, what is his website? What is Jonathan's question? Is astral projection safe? Is that what you want to know? Is astral projection safe? I don't see any harm or any problem with astral projection. In my opinion, astral projection is just a natural ability everybody has. It's just some people are more aware of it and some people develop it further than other people. It's kind of like dreaming, right? You're saying, is dreaming safe? Is it safe to dream? Well, is it? Like there's no downside of dreaming, is there? So astral projection, is it safe? I would say, yeah, it's as safe as dreaming, I would say. So if dreaming is safe, then so is astral projection. So astral projection is, like I said, it's a natural ability that all of humans have, just like dreaming. It's just but some people can control it better than other people. Gee whiz, you don't have to use a Coil to use those frequencies. Yeah, that's one interesting part about technology, is that they be used in two ways. You can use it audibly by just listening to the frequency, and you can use it electromagnetically. What I recommend to do is to do both. So we have these splitter cables. Where is it? I don't have it here. But anyway, it comes with a splitter cable. So you can plug one end to a chee coil. You can plug another end to any kind of speaker you want. We actually have these brand new ones in. Actually, let me show you some new stuff. So you know what's neat is now we have these Bluetooth headbands. So they have little speakers in them, and they're Bluetooth. So you can wear it Okay, you can wear it like an eye mask or just wear it as a headband, and then you can hear the sound in the speakers here. It's wireless, so you can connect it to the app, and you can play it. Or you can just use any speaker. You can plug it to a speaker. Actually, I'm not sure that's gonna work together with it. No, you're gonna need a splitter, because if you do Bluetooth, then it's not gonna play the sound through the coil. So what you need to do is you need to use a splitter. You have another speaker, connect to it. So you connect the speaker into this, then you can listen to the sound, and you can use the chee coil at the same time. What do you recommend to help with learning studies? Any of our brain frequencies. We have brain frequencies. We have Brain Boost 1 and Brain Boost 2. Yeah, Bluetooth is horrible for your biofield. Yeah, it's not that great. I'm just testing these out, so just got them to see how they work. Some people don't mind it. The neat thing about our chee coils is that it's the field is so strong, it just kind of covers over all the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth. Is all that is actually very small, and it kind of blankets it with the energy from here. So that's why you put it in a room, in an office, and just play it in the background, and it'll help to harmonize all the negative energies and negative frequencies that are happening in that room. Okay, Jazzy says, my last relationship messed up my energy. I have a lot of excess energy in my auricular field. I don't know what to do. Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to heal emotionally? Then why not channel that energy to heal yourself emotionally? Do some meditation and feel where that energy is messed up. You'll feel tension, or you'll feel some dark energy wherever it is. Yeah, tapping helps. EFT. Tapping is good. Candle wants to know, what do you recommend for help with learning study? Okay, I already answered that. So that's brain frequencies. So you have a lot of brain frequencies. Let's see if I can play one for you here. Brain boost. So here's one for memory. It's really good for study and work. So you can see it. It's called memory and connection. So any of our brain frequencies, that really helps you to focus. Okay, who has another question? Got a lot of comments here. Hold on, let me backtrack a bit. Lady Homesteads, my PEMF coil seems to be activating my ability to know things and manifest things quicker. Yes. What happened specifically? I'm curious to know how that happened to you. How did the coil activate your ability to know things and manifest things quicker? Okay, chee coils help arthritis. You can definitely test it out. We have frequencies for supporting your bones and joints. So yeah, and it helps. A lot of our customers use it for that purpose. We just had a school teacher give us a really good review. He had a car accident, and his back went out, and he tried everything from pills to all sorts of different therapies, and then our chee coils helped him reduce that pain significantly. You can see that new review on our website. So definitely it helps with joints and pain. Sandra wants to know, what vibration frequency can I use to unblock eustachian tube? For something specific like that, I recommend downloading our Rife app, R-I-F-E. We have an app called the Rife app, Rife Frequency app. And if you can put a link up there, Marvin, to the Rife app. Actually, just go to Rife, chee coil app What's that got? Rifeapp.com? I forgot the link. Marvin, can you put the link? And then download that app and then just search for whatever you want to search, and then you'll find a frequency for that. It's actually got over 10,000 frequencies in that app we have. Lave says, God bless you, David Wong, and all that you do. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. More things coming in. We're going way over time. I want to answer all your questions before I go. And I'm looking at my Zoom and my TikTok at the same time, so I got stuff coming in all over the place. Did you answer my question about keeping chi inside the body? Keeping chi inside the body. I don't. Okay, where's your question? I'm trying to look for it here. What's the question about chi inside the body? Are the stones the only way to keep your chi grounded, meaning it to keep chi from leaking out? No. There's not the only way. There's different ways of doing it. The stone does help you to center your energies. Yeah, there's one way to do it, but another way is just to ground yourself literally, and another way is just focus your energy into your dantian, right? Just do that breathing energy and just focus that energy there. That can help you store energy. Grounding, I don't have time to teach you how to do the grounding technique right now, but maybe next time I'll show you if you remind me. But there are other ways to ground. If you want to, there's a grounding video I have on YouTube. Just look at my YouTube channel. I actually teach you how to do grounding, so you can go there and take a look. Bright frequencies were made to heal damaged DNA. Yes, and many other things as well. So we have all those frequencies from Rife. Elizabeth says, can you explain the different purpose of Chi Coil and Rife? I need assistance with chronic pain and a broken leg and inflammation. Different purpose? Well, it's all the same purpose. Chi Coil, okay, so the purpose is the same. It's just the frequency works a little bit differently. It's on the same principle. We're just using frequency in order to help the body to do what it's meant to do. So if your body's healing itself, then it supports that healing process and it speeds it up. So both the Chi Coil and the Rife app will do the same thing. The only difference is that the Rife frequencies are little, just the way the frequencies are made are different from the quantum frequencies on the Chi Coil, but the purpose of them is the same. It's just to help the body heal itself faster. Okay, so you can experiment to use both the Chi Coil app and the Rife app, and just find the frequency that you feel works for you, and you'll see the results pretty quickly. If you guys, let me show you a photo. Actually, it's on my other phone, but anyway, I'll just explain it to you. One of my friends injured his arm while renovating a house. It's got this huge scrape and is bleeding. Do you guys have that image? Can you post it on Skype? I posted it to the team before. Basically, within 8 hours, it healed half of it or more. And all the redness went away in just 8 hours. And it's and this person supposed to, he said it normally take him weeks to heal it to that point, and it only take him 8 hours to heal it that much. I have the before and after photo. Marvin, can you look for that? I posted it on the design group. I'll show it to you once I get it. Okay, I will have Lady Homestead. I will have a thought that I want to learn something, then the info just comes to me. I also have heightened intuition. My PEMF coil is the only new thing I'm using, but it's random. Yeah, totally. You know what? A lot of people who are naturally psychic or have natural paranormal ability, we always get a response from them that our chi coils take their abilities to a level that nothing ever has before. So you're not alone. If you naturally like have intuition, or you naturally have some manifesting ability, the chi coils will take your abilities through the roof. Because we've had many people who've been like psychics for 20 years or 30 years, and they're saying they're experiencing stuff they never have before, and they attribute it to start from the chi coils. So something's going on to the mind with these people, and it just all makes sense because everything's frequency, and now we're using frequency to enhance the body and the mind. And for people that already have amazing mind ability, this is just making them go onto overdrive. Hey Max, hey, so I guess you're not having very good conversation, so I'll ask you a question off topic. You can ask anything that you want. What subjects are you interested in? Incredible. Okay, what subjects am I interested in? I like to I'm into music, I'm into martial arts, I'm into meditation, anything to do with like psychic ability, like anything to do with paranormal things. Those are kind of topics I like to talk about. Anything to do with business or success or marketing. I like those things. What do I play? Video games. Right now I'm playing Genshin Impact. I also play Arc Knights. So, and those are other things to play. I try not to play so much because it takes a lot of time. But playing physically, I do boxing, I do Tai Chi, I do Qigong, I go bike riding with my dog. I go out with my dog. Here's a question. Is it okay for my dog to listen to the same frequency I listen to? Are there any frequencies that are not good for animals? No, I think it's the same. Like the dogs love the frequencies that I use. Whenever I turn on the coil, my dog will come and then sleep next to me. And my dog sprained his hamstring like a few days ago, and he was limping. And then I put the coil on him, and then the second day he was running around everywhere. So, like, I would call it rapid healing. Hey Max, how awesome! I was hoping to sort out the financial problems with the online market. And you could check out Center on App Store. He was Store, okay? Oh, you do marketing. That's great. What kind of financial problems you want to sort out? Kevin McDonald, Ip Man. Yeah, so I've studied Wing Chun. I've taught Wing Chun. I had a school, martial arts school before that I taught martial arts for 2 years. What kind of breed is my dog? My dog is a Shih Tzu and Palm. So it doesn't look like any other dog because it's a mixed breed, but there's not that many mixed breeds that look like him. Oh, here's the photo, and they found it. Hold on. So, okay, take a look at this, guys. You guys see this? Pretty gross. So this is my friend. And you see the one on the one side is the scab that developed on his arm after he scraped it while he was working on some stucco on the wall. He was doing some renovations. And then he put the chi coil on there. And the other photo you see, the scabs are basically coming off and the swelling has gone and the redness is gone. That's after just 8 hours of using the chi coil. Okay, so that's quite amazing. And he said he didn't touch the wound. He didn't put on any cream, any ointment, nothing. He did nothing. He just had the chi coil there for 8 hours, and that much healing happened in 8 hours. It's crazy. And he's not the only one that's had this. Another person's dog, he had it was bitten by another dog, and they had stitches on the dog. You put the chee coil overnight while the dog was sleeping. The next morning, my friend was checking on the wound, and he couldn't find where the initial surgery was or the stitches were. It was gone. There was no scar. It healed completely. Okay. Hey, Stacy, can you please read my question? I'm sorry if I'm getting to your questions real slow because you have so many people asking them in 2 different places and actually 4 different places at once. Okay, Stacy, where's your question? Hey, David, I have been really struggling lately, just working very hard, control throughout my life. But I know how life circumstances that I cannot control. And no matter what I do, I cannot shake this hurt and anger. I'm really desperate to do so. Can this help? With anger. I think so, definitely with anger. I mean, I've had a lot of anger in my life too, because of, of bad things that bad people do to you. So you can either stay angry or you can just see it as a force of nature, right? Sometimes people hurt you and you say, oh, I'm angry at this person, and you direct your anger into one specific person or one specific thing. But then, yeah, EFT, emotional freedom techniques, great thing. McDonald, if you can post a link for that, that'll help her out. So if you have anger, well, do some of those breathing techniques, that help too. But something that I do myself is I just think of it, those hurtful experiences as learning experiences. And then also just see that person, whoever is hurting you, as just a force of nature. It's just like saying, okay, there's a tornado, or there's an earthquake, or there's a volcano, or there's a flood. It's just a force of nature. There's nothing you can do to really change it. You can just accept it and just recover from it and just appreciate it. Like there's earthquakes because the tectonic plates are shifting, and then trying to find the good part in the situation, trying to find the silver lining, so to speak, right? You can't change, like the force of nature, you can't change the force of nature. You don't have control of it. So you can't control what other people do a lot of times. And sometimes you're just caught in the wrong place in the wrong time. Like sometimes you're in a thunderstorm, or sometimes you're in a flood. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then you just happen to be the target or the recipient of that negative thing that person did to you. So if you just think of it as that, it's something you don't control, then you can relax, and you can see, you can find something good you can learn from it. That's what I did. Tripo says, hi, please send your email address so we can contact you. The calm frequencies and the master frequencies really help with calm anger by bringing more joy. Thanks, Paige. Yeah, so we have a frequency called calm and confident. Let me just play that for you now. So the cool thing is that, like I said, these frequencies are both audible, so you don't need a cheat coil, and you can still benefit from it. So we have a couple. We have calm emotions, control anger, or calm and confident. Let's play calm emotions, control anger. So play that. I'll just play this in the background. Hey Demichi, how you doing? You had stomach issues before. Which frequencies do you recommend for that? Digestive system support. Yes, that's really good. I also use the Rife app. So if you download our Rife app, then you can search digestion or intestine or stomach, and then you'll find lots of different ones there too. I personally like the intestinal inflammation, or intestinal inflammation. Use that one. Helps you cool down your inflammation in your stomach. But I don't know, it really depends on what stomach issues you have, because every frequency is for something different. Hey, Chipo, or Chipo, whatever that, how you pronounce that. How Hi David, just got my mini chee coil today. I need to help log on. Is there any way I can help chat on the site? I'm unable to log on. Yeah, just go to our site chat and they will help you. You're welcome. Okay, back to TikTok. Okay, hey Max. Just a general suggestion. No, I only started this week, sadly. I was going to market towards 140L. I was going to market home decor, athletic supplements, unique home accessories. I'd like to talk about that more if you're curious, but I can't do that since I only have my phone. Yeah, home decor, all those things sound pretty cool. Like, we have an affiliate program too. If you want to market chee coils or meditation or all of our frequencies, you can become an affiliate. We're taking applications. Just go to our website, Chee Life Store. You can apply to become an affiliate. Maybe we can work together. Metaphysics, yeah. I had an aneurysm, and after healing it, disappeared. Fantastic. Do you know how gravity supposedly bends time? Yes, it does. Keeping that in mind, picture speed, distance, and time in the realm of time bending gravity. Yeah, gravity bends time. That's what Einstein discovered, right? You guys like this frequency, or should I stop playing it or keep playing it? There's a book that just came out. It's called Unblocked, a revolutionary... Keep playing it? Okay. Revolutionary approach to tapping into your chakra empowerment, energy, reclaim your passion, joy, confidence. Notion book, emotion code. Yeah, those are good books to read. Tapping is really good. It's basically just activating your chakra points and your acupressure points without too much pressure. Really good. You might even incorporate it with our gem lasers. Kevin, do you use our gem lasers since you're into EFT? So, you know, lasers can be used for EFT as well. So instead of tapping, you're using laser and photon energy to activate those points. It does almost a similar thing. But then you don't have to actually tap. You can actually use lasers. So, like for example, you can use, we have many of these gems, and you put them on the laser, and it turns the gem into these laser points using a gem. You can use it for your acupressure points. So if you have an acupressure point you want to tap or enhance, you can use this to enhance it. You can use it on your face for better skin, right? You can use it on your pineal gland. Pretty cool. Use it on the thyroid. So photon energy. So if you're doing EFT, you can use the same. You can use the same EFT or emotional freedom techniques or tapping with this, because they're using the same acupressure points. These are gem lasers. You can get them from our store too. Hey Stacy. Your body is getting warm. If you feel good, you're feeling tired, that's good. Sometimes when you're feeling tired, it's just that your body telling you, okay, it's time to regenerate. So you sleep and you regenerate, and then it feels good. Paige says, if you have time, could you talk a little bit about if there are 9,000 chee coils out in the world, would it raise the Earth's vibration enough to get us beyond current mess in the world? Yes, that's the hope. Refat says, hey David, I began learning Wing Chun last week, but I'm very unfit. I want to lose weight so I can keep improving. Well, just keep going. About the 9,000, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, then I'm going to go. So about the 9,000 chee coil users, there's a principle called a Maharishi effect, is that if you take a square root of 1% of any population, it's going to affect the entire whole population. So the entire population of the Earth, of our Earth, is about 8 billion people. And if we took 1% of that, and then you take the square root, the number would be about 9,000. So my goal is to have 9,000 people to have our chi coils and start using it, meditating it, raising their own frequency, raising their own vibration, and thereby, if you're 9,000 all doing it at the same time, raising the energy of the entire planet or the entire world. It's my way of making a change in this planet, in this world. You know, everybody agrees, you know, we're in a big mess right now with disease, with corruption, and with a lot of negative things happening in the world, a lot of war, famine, a lot of bad things happening in the world right now. But if we can raise the energy of 9,000 people in the world, I think it can be the beginning of raising the energy of the entire planet. So my goal is, my hope is that you would join me and use this technology, right? You don't need this technology, but you know what? This is just so much easier. We become so much more powerful. You know, even all the psychics and all the, all the energy healers are telling us, you know, this is making them more powerful than they have ever been before. So just imagine you tapping into this power yourself, joining us, and then we can, you know, unite and then make a real change in this planet. So I hope that I helped you out. Sharon, are the magnets safe for people with a lot of heavy metals in their system from fluoride chemtrails and vaccines? Which magnets are you talking about? You mean the coils? I think it's okay with the coils. It actually helps you to, the coils will help you to detox for sure. So it'll be good if you have a lot of heavy metals, not to use the coils. The splitter was a question asked before. Maybe it sparked an idea. I'll be getting one. I'm very busy but tired. Okay. Yes, they did done studies for that. Reducing crime in the city by getting a certain amount of people together to do a heart medication or love tuner. It showed it worked. Use chlorella. Yeah, those things have worked. All right, so thanks for coming, guys. And just let me know on YouTube or Facebook what you'd like me to talk about next. Make sure you share this with friends. We got a TikTok video dance contest coming up. So you guys want to get a head start on that contest, just go click on my TikTok channel, TikTok account, and look at the dance contest, the DMT dance contest, and then just make your own video from that, and then you'll be entered. You're going to be winning one of the chi coils. So there are going to be 3 winners. Last time we sent this out to 3 lucky winners. We're going to send this out to another 3 lucky winners. You're going to win a Chi Coil 3S system. All right? For free if you win. So keep an eye out for that. All right? So thank you. And you guys have a good night. Use the chi and prosper.